All right. I'm in the house. I am in the house, and I have some things to wrap up before anything else. I'm waiting for the backpack to get on in the house here with me. Anyone else is passing through, if you have any questions about vacuums, leave it in the chat, leave it in the comment. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I have two different streams happening right now, so I'm going to try to see if I can see both of them at the same time. And have the kind of long form version that will give you overhead. Hey, Rudy, what's up, bro? What's up, man? And so what I want to do is kind of link both streams in each chat. So if someone want to go on the vertical, let's say they're having a conversation on the vertical versus a conversation on the long form horizontal version of the stream, go back and forth if you like, especially if I'm working on a machine and you want to see the overhead version of it. Okay, so quick, let's back out here. Give me 1 second. Just I can't really see it until it's up. So okay, so we have both of them up. I am going to share one link. Shareable link. The other one, I'm going to put that. This. Hope it's the right one. Let me see something. Mobile. Okay, good. So we got the mobile. Let me actually make it. Bam. Boom. Boom. Okay. What did I do? Paste. Close. You know, sometimes you hit a button and it's like it gives you a totally different. You know, you have no idea what's going on. And then. And then, all right, here we go. And then, get a shareable link. Let me open up the mobile one. Okay. Hey, Brianne. And I'm going to put the regular one in here. Okay, so I'm going to have to adjust this. I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit here. Give me a second. Is that possible? Is that possible? Is that a good adjustment right there? You're looking right at me. Ah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I think I did that right. Okay. So let me bring one down here. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna bring one down here, and I'll leave the other one up there. Okay. Man, we're good. Hold on. I didn't hit send. Okay, so we're good. Brianne in the house. Rudy's in the house. So Rudy is on the overhead, and Brianne is on mobile. All right, see that? That's what's up. That's all right. Oh, I do need to be on the other instead. No, it's up to either one. Rudy, yeah, but Rudy's over there. At least that's what it looks like, and Brianne is over here. All right, so I'm just gonna put this back together real quick. I have a Bissell that the shampooer is not spraying. So I got to figure out what's going on. I got to solve that problem. So maybe you guys will be able to help me solve it too. But I kind of want to wrap this up here that I was working on the one yesterday. So I did a little bit of cleaning up, took this all apart to clean it properly. You can do it without taking it apart, but I just kind of want to go through the whole thing, you know. So I'm just gonna kind of wipe this down here a little bit more, because sometimes, especially when you have vacuum, and if people vacuum up like, what do you call it, liquids and stuff like that, it becomes cakey, and then you can't really get that. All right, let me change the overhead, so I can get that right. Okay, all right, I think so. I think I got it right. All right, fantastic. Good. Send it. No, still not right. I don't like it. It's not full yet. Boom. That's close enough. That's close enough. All right. That's close enough. I have some other things. Let's get my junk out of the way. So what's happening, guys? What's going on? What's the hack? Let me ask you a question. If you're stuck, like you're trying to solve a problem, and you're stuck, like what do you do? What do you have like a mode of operating to solve problems when you're stuck? You could pull both? Okay, great, Brianne. Thanks a lot. You know what I mean? Do you have like a way that you go through that can help someone else, like a problem solving? Like I have mine, right? And but I like to hear from you guys. Like if you have a way that you go about to slow things down so you can, at least get to the root. But that's what I call mine. I just call mine like, base level, like problem solving. So that's mine, right? And I'll explain how I do that first. But what do you do when you're stuck, right? When you're like, well, this is what I do, and it works for me, and I think it can work for more people if they try. Unless you don't have one, then I'll leave it out there. What do you do? What's your problem-solving secret weapon technique? Let me see. This is still charging. Let me see something. Give me a second, guys. Monroe vacuums. I can help you. I'm doing great. How are you? Yes. Yes, I am. Five. No problem. I'll see you then. All right. You're welcome. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So sit back and evaluate and think through possibilities. That's good, right? That's good. Possibilities. So the sit back and evaluate part is like what? Like stop panicking. Like that's what you do. Like you stop the panic, right? Or you research the hell out of everything. Yeah. I think when you're panicking, right? I think the research part don't show up for a lot of people because the panic takes over, right? And you ever watch someone like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh my God, and that becomes the dominant part of your thinking, the dominant part. Like I can get like that for a second, but I realize if my goal is to solve the problem, I have to slow down. I have to, but yeah, I mean, we all get it. Like, that first reaction, what the, That's if it shocks you. It came out of nowhere, right? But if it's something that you're actually working on, most of the time, if you're actually actively working on this, you're already kind of calm, But it's the stuff that catch you off guard, and now you have to clear your mind to solve the problem. Then that's where you have to really catch yourself and say, listen, I can't panic right now. I gotta stop. I gotta slow down. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yes, I'm not an impulse. Okay, that's good. You don't do impulse. Okay, just to let you know, Rudy, Brianne is on the vertical setup of this. Can you hear me, Rudy? Probably, because I changed mics on that overhead. I changed mics because I think I was using I think the mic that I had, I was using a mic from the actual, what do you call that? The video. God, the words can't come out from the webcam, from the camera, But then I have my Yeti mic at the house studio, and I was like, oh man, let me just bring my actual mic. over here and make it official, because I noticed some of the sound was a little bit off, and the vertical, the visual is not the best. So I got things in the works. Okay, I got things in the works. All right, so let me see. I think I'm supposed to go through here. All right, let me do this right. I'm gonna go through this side. I'm going through. I think I'm right. Going through the left side. Boop, 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 boop. Right? Come up through the right side. Here. Come up to the right side. Depending on if it's in front of me or in back of you. But come up to the right side. Then I'm putting the Dyson motor back in, the brush motor. Then this goes down like this. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. I'm right. You know, it is it's weird convincing someone that they can do something in the middle of, definitely in the middle of a panic, that's for sure. But just regular life in general, it's hard to convince people they can do something, because their voice is the last voice in their head, you know. Always remembered that. Someone told me that. They said that person's voice is the last voice in their head. And so you can be talking to them for a whole day, telling them that they can do it, telling them that they're better than everyone say they are. But if the last voice in their head says, "Oh man, you suck," then it was for nothing, you know. But not necessarily, because sometimes it comes back to them later on in life or whatever. That person would hear your voice. That's what with kids. It happens with kids too. When they're older, that voice pop back in their head and remind them. It's like, oh man, my mom used to say this, my dad used to say this, you know. But sometimes the time that they actually need to follow that advice is at the moment that the problem is happening, you know. And at that moment, if they don't believe in themselves, or if they don't believe they can solve the problem, you know, it's like, what do you do? Let me see, I'm always afraid I'm going to mess something up. So I try to bubble wrap myself as much as I can. I slow down, think about what I need to do, and what will happen if I do X, Y, and Z. You know, well, that's basic. You know what's so funny about that, Brianne? That's basic problem solving, really, technique. You know, we all should be doing that. We all should aspire to be able to do that. That's very basic. Let me just make sure this is loose. This can go back and forth now. What's good about this setting is that they have the rubber little gasket right here. So if you really just line it up, you should be fine. You know, you shouldn't be short with this. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it, there, Brianne. To be able to just slow it down and to do it. What I do when I'm trying to solve a problem that I am, at least like right now, I'm relaxed, if you get what I'm saying. I'm kind of just here at my desk, on my bench. So it's easy to slow down and think, right? But when it's right there, it's you know, you got to find a way to tell yourself to chill, you know. You can hear me, Rudy? Thanks. Yeah, the Dyson, yeah. Dyson's cool, man. Good, thanks a lot, man. I hope it's crystal clear. So what Brianne said, my son gets stuck on his way home last night. I'm so proud. When he got home and said to me, I was panicking, it's dark, I didn't know what to do, and I stopped and I asked myself, what would mom say? Hey, Rudy is on the vertical, Brianne. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And that's what happens, you know. And that's what happens, man. They'll harken back to your words and stuff like that, you know. And that's it. You know, that's what it's all about. Actually, I think this is the other way. I think the short one's in the middle here, and the short ones in the middle here. You have two short ones in the middle, and you have the long ones on the sides here, long one on the side here, and then you have the cover right here. Okay, and this is a long one too on both of those sides there. Okay. Now remember, all the ones, if everyone's ever messing with a Dyson head, these are always Torx screws, and the brush ends are Phillips. Okay, so if you're not sure, you're like, man, I'm trying to put this back together again. Just remember that that's how they have it set up. The brush are Phillips, and the ends are Torx. Let me see something here. I gotta clean this head off, but this looks a little bigger than it should be. Why is this so big? Let me see something. What am I missing? Why is this so big? Oh, I think I know what it is. This is for the inside thing. These two big ones up here. Big ones and big ones. Yep. But yeah, definitely the technique is to slow down. And so that you're trying to get to the problem, right? So it's like, okay, so what's going on? Like, what am I trying to do here? Right? Now, for vacuums, I'm like, my deal is, what's the vacuum supposed to be doing? What's not working? The motor's not turning on. All right. Okay. So let's get to what's the first thing that we need for the motor to turn on? The first thing we need is electricity. Oh, okay. Well, great. Well, let's just see what's happening. Are we getting electricity? Is the wall units, the outlets working? Yeah, I test another thing in the outlet. Outlet's working. Okay, great. What's next? The cord, right? All right. Are there any damage to the cord? Right? No, the cord looks fine. Okay, great. If the cord has wrapped tape and all that stuff, check the tape area, see if the wires are connected. All right, let me see, Rudy, the motor's probably broken. Right, or it could be the motor. But I try not to go straight to the motor, Rudy. I try not to go straight to the motor because I could be doing something and I can go straight to, I've done it before, and then I find out that thing is not it. It was something simple, Either way, it was a great lesson, right? There's nothing is lost, It's a great lesson to learn, right? So there's no lost effort, right? I still value the time that I put into solving a problem because it's a lesson learned, right? So you don't beat yourself up, that's for sure. But yeah, Brianne, I'm glad your son was able to. Not only is he okay, but he was able to kind of like go back to, because you've obviously shown him a great example of how to handle situations, Because imagine if you're the kind of person that you always just like panic, and then he sees you panic, right? And that's the only example he has of how to solve a problem: panic. Then guess what he's gonna copy? He's gonna panic, He's gonna panic. He's like, ah. Where's my other piece here? Man, I left it in the car. There's a piece that go right here, guys. I go right here, and it looks like I left it in the car. So I'm not gonna continue this. Yeah, but so we got. Well, I can still go. I can still continue. Let's get these in here. This part of the Dyson, a lot of people would really forget to take care of, and it can get messed up. This section right here. Once in a while, you should take your brush off and take this out and look behind here for hair and all that crap, because it'll get hot and start to melt and burn out this section. And this is you're not gonna find these unless you go on eBay and see if someone is selling it used or something like that. These are not sold out there like that. So if you have one of these and you like the machine, it's best you make this a part of your routine, like maybe every year or every 6 months or whatever, especially if you have dogs and or women with long hair or men with long hair or whatever the case is in your house. And just make this a part of your, instead of just wiping this out and cutting hair off your brush, make this a part of your routine, okay? to eliminate the problem before it comes up. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. He seen me panic. I'm glad for that. Because I don't want him to think it's wrong. Yeah, yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, that's like I said. Look, we've been there where our first reaction we get like, oh my God, but we don't stay there. That's the key. You know, you don't live there. You see what I'm saying? You don't live in that place of constant because there's nothing happens there. Like you're not solving a problem in that space, right? So you get, you know, we all go there. We're human, right? My comment was like we don't live in that space of perpetual victim or perpetual panic or perpetual anger, right? We're all human, so we feel the anger, we feel the emotion, we feel the panic, we feel the desperation. You know, we feel all that stuff, right? It's just that there has to be a point where we say, okay, all right now. Okay, I need to settle down. What do we do? What are we looking to accomplish? Like what is it, right? So that's probably one of the reasons why I just there's certain ideologies or there's certain ways of looking at the world that I just don't mesh with because that ideology is perpetual victim, like always victim. And I'm like, come on, man, you got to get out of this now. You know, that's because my mind is geared to solving problem, right? So I'm geared to fixing, right? I got to fix it. And I can't stay in that victim mode because it can't fix nothing in there. That's all that's why I personally, I just don't mesh with the way certain people go about looking at the world, right? Don't fix the problem. Because there's never a fix. It's just well, let's find another reason why we're in a problem. It's like, okay, so let's say we fix the car, right? Let's say it's a flat tire, right? Let's say I fix the flat tire. I'm trying to get home, right? Flat tire. And there's someone with me, right? And the person starts like, oh my God, man, I can't believe we have a flat. We have a flat. Oh my God, we got a flat. All right. I said, okay, great, no problem. Let's get the jack. Let's get let's get the spare. Let's put the. So let's say, for example, we fix the tire. And now they start talking about, well, I can't believe that the road and the thing it's like, dude, the tire's fixed. Let's how about we get home? How about we hit the road? Well, no, we can't really hit the road yet because it's a systemic. They're trying to stop people from driving. It's like, dude, let's go, man. Let's go. What are we doing? Well, we have to call the mayor and let them acknowledge that this road is okay. Yeah, we could do that when we get home. Let's get home and we could call the mayor. So why you want to find another problem? Well, let's look at the maybe it's the rim. Let's look at the rim and see, because I know that we're gonna have a flat tire. Oh my gosh, that's what. It's probably a bad analogy, but I guess you know what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying. It's like, man, we gotta get past this point, okay? And every time you try to fix the tire, it keeps stopping you, tapping you on your shoulder. You know that this tire shouldn't have been a flat, right? And you're like, yeah, I know, but I'm about to jack it up. And you start jacking up, then they stop you again. Yeah, but you know that historically, it's like, oh, God, can we jack up the damn car already? I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? Hey, that's right. You're a problem solver, man. That's it. I don't have a fancy vacuum cleaner. It's a simple business. Yes, I'm a fan of simple machines. I'm a fan of simple machines. I am. Because you know why I'm a fan of simple machines, simple systems, simple methods. Okay, welcome. And is that Bigo? Is that how you say that name? Bigo? Simple methods, simple systems, because it can be taught, it can be passed on. Nothing wrong with complex and nothing wrong with things that are complex. But it's okay for you to be a fan of the complex, and it's okay for you to be a fan of the simple. right? I'm a fan of both, right? There's certain things I like. I like. Look, if you guys, oh my God, you guys can't see this right now. If you can get over to the, I don't want you to have to keep bouncing back and forth. I saw this art, this art movement thing. And you know what? Maybe I can just put the link and you guys can watch it on your own one day. But for the guys who are in the overhead, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna put the link in the okay, so you can watch it when you get a chance. All right, it's on X. It's an art thing, and for the people that's on the overhead, I'm gonna play it right now. Right, just so you can see it. Oh, look at it. I still have Brienne's artwork there. Let me see if I can find this window capture. Open that window. X physics. Okay, and I'm gonna play it. No volume though. Transition. When you get a chance, take a look at it. I love this, man. I don't know who created this. It was so cool. It's so simple. It looks like just a hold on, let me start it over. Yeah, they're just walking on a spinning board. And then they stop and they run into each other. And it's like, oh, like that's clever, that's nice, I like that. It's I like stuff like that. But it's a simple looking platform, but they turned it into art, man. Simple is good. And it's a movement art or something like that. And look at that, they're dancing, they're kind of just spinning around in a circle. Oh man, that's so cool. I like stuff like that. All right, here we go. Let's get this out off the bench because I left the other part in the car, so I don't want to mess with this any longer. Let's get over to that Bissell, all right? What do you say we get over to that Bissell and see why the Bissell is not spraying, okay? And maybe I can help somebody solve that problem, all right? Okay, and then we're going to move on from there, all right? So let's go back to the overhead for those people that saw this. Overhead again. And I may have to expand the camera a little better so you can see it. I think it's too close to the screen. Let's see what I can do on that. I don't know. I'll try something. See what I can do on that. All right, guys. Let me put this Bissell up here, and that's gonna wrap it up. But yeah, that was there's a saying, right? See if you can get this saying in your head. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. I learned that in 1990, I think it was like 2 or 3 or something. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And it's a nice little memory. And it just reminded me that, like certain things, people are going to have to come to their own understanding. And sometimes, we're tempted to keep trying hard for people to learn things and try to convince people that they can do something or they can accomplish something, but because that last voice in your head is yours, I can't really convince you that you can do something if you're totally sold that you can't. If you're sold that you can't, maybe I can get you to try. Maybe that's the what do you call it? That's the maybe that's the way to get someone to say, well, why don't you just try it, But to convince you that you can accomplish something that you believe you absolutely can't accomplish, that's what that saying pops into my head. A man convinced against his will, and man obviously is human, right? Man and woman. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And there's nothing you can do after that. It's just like they got to be sold on their own. They got to be sold. They got to believe they can do it. I'm just kind of wiping this down, guys. Give me a second. I'm using my little I got my stain. I got my I got my what do you call this? My Venom Steel gloves. I got my little pink stuff. I like using the spray, Brienne. The other stuff can get job done, but the spray really just allow me to just move. Those stuff is in the description if anybody want to get the gloves. I don't think I put the spray in the description though. All right, let's get this up. I'm gonna put a bag on this real quick. Get on in there. All right, and then I'm gonna move this out the way, and I'm gonna get my Bissell up here. Hold on. Okay. All right, so we changed the cord on this guy yesterday, and everything is functioning well. We're happy. We're positive. Everything is good. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna look at the chat in a second. All right, everything is good. Now, this Bissell, it's a kind of an old school Bissell, but it's one of the more simpler Bissells. So finding out what's causing the spray issue shouldn't be that difficult, okay? But it's still a process to go through to see if it's what the problem is, right? You still have to go through a process, all right? So let's do it. All right, let's do it. Okay. Boom. This is done. Put this out the way. All right. Old school Bissell. Let's see what you got for me. Old school Bissell. Okay. Okay, so simple. You have your dirty water tank here. All right. You know what? I gotta do something. I have a feeling that this camera is not helping people see better. Okay, fine. We'll do what we gotta do. We'll make it work today, and I'll change it tomorrow. I can't worry about it right now. All right, and let's see if I can see my crew. See the crew. What's up, Brian? All right. Okay, old school Bissell carpet cleaner. I used to have one of these. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Vigo says, I enjoy fixing stuff. I replace and install my old Hyundai Sonata driver's side window regulator. Yes. That's cool, man. I'm so proud of myself. You should be, bro. You should be proud of yourself. Okay? You should be. I remember messing with the regulator on a RX 350 and one on what was the other vehicle? I did two regulators. And if I'm right, you're talking about the motor that has it go up and down, right? The little, and then there's one that's underneath the dashboard that which is not for the window. That one is, I think, is that called an actuator that changes the direction of the air from hot air to cold air? Man, dude, you know, it does give you a sense of like, yes, I can do this, you know? When you do stuff like that. Dude, excellent. You know, I think the first time I heard Brienne says, oh, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go do some brakes on the truck or something like that. I was like, man, girl, that's how you do it. Get it done, man. That's positive. Oh, my gosh. Get it done, man. Now, there's some people who can't fix stuff, but they can, you know, they can organize things. They can direct stuff. I mean, those people are great, too, you know. You need those guys. Here we go. Turn on the power. Let me hit the spray button. It's spraying. Oh, I see what's happening. It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. Okay. I see what's going on. See this little spinning thing here? And it stopped. Okay. All right. I got it. All right, this can mess people up. I see how because you're like, well, obviously, I mean, it's working, right? So what do I already know is working well on this? Who can tell me what do I already can tell that's actually working? What's working? My son's rear end, my Jeep heater core. It's ridiculous. You were doing a whole bunch, right? You know what's working already? I can see based on what I'm looking at. What's already working, which I'm happy for, is well, one, the motor. Yes, Duke, the suction. Thank you, Duke. Duke. Hey, welcome, Duke. Duke City Fishing. Welcome. I keep promising there was a guy. Oh my gosh, there was a guy that was on our live that I kept telling him I really want to get back into fishing. I fished one time in my life when I was a kid. We used to catch these fish that the bones were so small that you can just fry the whole fish and just eat it like that, you know, without the bones. And the guy's like, did you get your fishing rod yet? I was like, nah, I didn't get it yet. Hey, welcome, man. Okay, suction is working, right? The pump is working because it's pumping the water. But what do you think is stopping this guy from why would it start to spin and then stop along the way? Okay? Right? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, and if somebody have that answer, you can let me know and we can follow it down the Yellow Brick Road. I'm thinking there's a some kind of soap scum gunk. Ah, dude, you're right. Yes, I'm thinking there's something in there that it moves, blocks, and comes back down. And it moves, blocks, and come back down. And that's why, so the water flushes past it, right? And while the water flushes, shoot, it fell. The water would flush past it, but then the water now is also pushing it and it clogs up. See that? And when you stop, it rolls back. And then when you spray again, the water flushes past it, and then the water pressure builds up and it pushes it to clog. That's what I'm thinking. And the only way to figure this out is to go inside this thing and try to, you know, poke around. So let's see, all right? Let's take this off. Let's take this off, right? Let's take this off. Now, I'm going to use a regular screwdriver and not the drill because these things tend to be brittle. And so I'm at least going to unlock it with a regular screwdriver. And then if I want to take the rest of it out, I can use a drill on the rest. Because these are notorious for being very brittle. And these things will break on you. And then that's a whole nother story. All right? That's a whole nother story, guys. I have ways of fixing it that I've found, but it's like MacGyver, right? It's a MacGyver fix. It's not. There's nothing you can buy like a part from Bissell kind of thing. You have to just come up with your own method. All right. All right. I'm gonna try not to take too long on this because I have to have some people scheduled to come in, and I kind of want to just knock that out. All right, so let's move this out the way. All right, so let's get this off. Okay. Yeah, plug it. Let's get this out. Okay. That's off. That's off. This is up. Let's make sure it's all the way out. It's all the way out. It's all the way out. Fantastic. And let's lift this up. Assuming we don't have another one underneath, right? Do we? If we do, I would just get the other one underneath. Come on, buddy. That's not. There we go. There we go. All right. So we get this guy up. Okay. All right. Well, you know what's good about this? It doesn't have a heater. Okay. It says heat cleaning, and it's called Pro Heat. But there's no heater button. I can check to see if they actually have a heater and then they automatically, but I have a sneaky suspicion that this one doesn't have an actual heater, okay? An actual like heating element metal heater element that normally sits up top here. All right. So what I'm going to do, I want to check right here to see if there's any gunk here, because the heater is normally what messes things up with the gunk. The other thing I'm going to do is I want to check here, these jets right here. You know what, let me turn this camera down. Here we go. Here we go. I want to check these jets, and maybe I should check the jets first. And because sometimes gunk will get like into this line, and it'll stop here. See what I'm saying? But if this stop receiving, this will also stop. So I'm going to check 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right. And if you're curious enough, you can check to see if there's actually a heater. But I doubt that there's a heater in this. There's no heater button to turn the heater on and off. All right. Let's turn this off real quick. All right. Now, the reason I'm not going into this one here, because the water is coming into here at this angle. So I want to make sure there's no clog here, right? And then if you look, there's no white. So I don't see any white stuff. Okay. All right. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my tank back on, and I'm just going to have this over to the side, okay? So this can help you quickly kind of do a quick little check, right? Because the only reason this is spinning is really to tell you that the water is constantly flowing, right? That's the idea. So I'm going to try to put this on here. I'm going to make sure the suction is right here. I'm going to get the water right here to go into here. And then I'm going to also just kind of cover, this like right here, because this is just controlling the flow of the water. So I'm just going to put something like right over here. I don't have to make it a big deal, right? It's kind of, I can even use my finger. But then I want to see if the water constantly flows here. So I'm going to get like a cup or something. I'll use this Kirby tank because I don't want the water to get on the in the motor area. I don't want it to get on the belt, but I do want to test it. You got me? So I'm gonna hold it something like that. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me plug it back in. I just want to test to see if the water flows constantly without stopping. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's try it. Turn it on. I'm trying to find a power switch. Hold on. Oh my God. guys know what I'm going through right now. Oh, shit. Oh, I found it. I found it. Oh my God. All right, here we go. All right, let's try it. Hold on, now. 6. Okay. Damn, I gotta cover that. Give me a second. I gotta cover this, and I didn't want to take that thing out. I honestly didn't want to take it out, but I may have to just to do this test. I hate taking this out, but I'm gonna take it out so we can have it plugged in here. We're gonna plug this. We have to plug it. Hold on. I gotta turn it while. Come on. What I'm doing is I'm turning it. As you turn this, right, it goes up and down. Let me show you. Okay, it goes up and down. And then you just kind of tilt it to get it off. Okay? So that's this. All right. So let me get this plug. Let me plug it. All right, let me plug it. There you go. All right, you stay right there. Stay right there. All right. Let's do it again. Let's do my test again. Do I have water in here? I got water. Do I have enough water? I have a little bit of water. Sometimes you need to make sure your water is all the way full. All right, let's try it again. I got to do my little test. I'm trying to see if the water is going to continue to flow. All right, let's turn it on. Come on. Find the on and off switch. Here we go. It's on. All right, look at that, the water's flowing. Okay. All right. So, the only other reason that would stop this from spinning constantly is that the disc stopped receiving water. So what I'm thinking is that we have clogs over here. Okay? Now, yes, I could have just went straight there, but it's still a good test for someone to know that if the water is flowing here constantly, no problem, right? That means the only other reason why it was stopped is because something is blocking the water from continuing to travel. So there's no more room for water to travel. Does that make sense? Huh? So let's check these jets and let's see. All right, my crew's having a blast there, chatting, and that's what I like. This is the hangout, man. And we come and hang out. We talk problem solving. We talk overcoming the crazies, and we talk fixing vacuums and shampoos. And if you have a question, hopefully I get to see it. Let me see. Oh! I was saying bro. Oh my gosh. Bigo. My apologies. I said bro. I can't see like avatars and stuff, so sorry about that. I was like, hey bro. And then somebody would take that and say, you see, you're a male chauvinist. Why are you gonna assume I'm a woman? It's like, nah, man, it's a natural mistake. Nothing wrong with that. You're gonna turn it into something else. Oh my god. So you're a daddy's girl. That's cool. Okay, so I'm just checking these guys to see if I have a clog here. I don't see any. I don't see any. So what else can stop this from flowing? What do you think? What's left? I'm just putting a little screw in here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything at all. Because it's funny, these jets are so tiny, the littlest thing will stop it up, will cause it to clog. I mean, when I said the tiniest thing, the little speck, will cause it, but there's nothing here. Look at this, it goes all the way through. It goes all the way through. The only other is a junction here, and also again, I didn't think to check here, but no, there's nothing there. I can see all the way down. All right, well, let's check. Why not? Why not, man? This looks clear. This looks clear. I don't see any reason for this to stop. Now, unless the pump is on its way out and it doesn't have enough. Unless the pump is on its way out. You know what I'm gonna try to do though? I think I'm gonna try to change this pump belt. That's one. All right. I'm gonna change the pump belt. probably never been changed. And but I don't see any other obstruction that would stop this water from flowing. So I may want to change that pump belt. That's for one. Everything else seemed to be okay. This pump belt here looks very flabby. Look at this. There's really hardly any tension to this pump belt. Look at that, it's about to slide right off. So I think this is a good possibility right here. And then the next step would be the pump. But I don't see any other obstruction, guys. Everything else looked like it's doing its job. Okay? So that's going to be the next step. So far, so good. Hey, oh, okay. Look at that. Thanks for answering. I wasn't looking at the question. I was wondering if this is your occupation or training or just a hobby. Oh, okay. Well, awesome. I'm glad you listen. I hope you become a subscriber. You can show back up. We have these shows often. But yeah, no, I have a shop. This is my little space here. All right. Sell a lot of my stuff online, so we do a lot of drop parts and stuff like that, vacuums, and then teach art class also. So I have a lot of things going on, right? But really, the online sales of items and parts and tanks and vacuums and stuff like that. And then I have my repair. People bring their machines to us, fix them, the whole deal. And we sell the vacuums out of here also. We sell supplies, Kirby belts, filters, the things you see behind me, things like that. Is that cool? And then a lot of cleaning companies, service contracts, cleaning companies take care of their machines and keep things going and rolling. That's kind of what I do. Okay? But I enjoy this. The reason I enjoy this probably the most out of everything, teaching in general, is something I did in the sales. I always ran the sales clinics, taught the guys how to knock doors and how to ask for the order, how to close sales, how to approach customers, and all those things. So I did that for many, many, many years, and I just developed a love. So I have no problem. I may not want to speak in front of, I don't know, maybe a church. I don't know. I'll do it, but I may not want to. But I'll talk in front of a group of 25 people that's trying to learn how to close a sale. That's my comfort zone for some reason. So anyway, that's why this for me is no biggie. All right, so you know what? Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm going to change this belt, and I think that should do the trick. Honestly, I think the belt should fix the problem because I don't see nothing else. Okay, I don't see nothing else. Now, let me see something. Give me a second. Okay. All right. What I don't want to do. I really honestly don't want to turn it over like this. But I may have to. Because other than that, I'm gonna all right, let me do it right. Let me do it the right way. Damn it. Let me do it the right way. Let me put this back. Let me put this back in. Let me cover it up, and then let me turn the machine over and let's change that belt. Because okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let me see, everything is in. Okay, great. All right. This is also a pain because you got to make sure this thing goes inside of that little thing I just installed. You got to make sure it goes inside the hole. It's kind of set to go in the hole anyway, just if you just put it down, but still, you just want to make sure it's done right. Okay. And you know what? What am I doing? God, Wayne. See, I make mistakes too, man, all the time. What am I doing? I still got to put the belt on. I could do it without it, but let's not even do that. All right. Turn it over. Turn it over on this belly. Let's just do that so everybody can see what's happening. All right. We should have a screw on here somewhere. Look at all this, right? We should have a screw in here somewhere. And if I'm right, I may not have to. Let's see my bald head, right? I may not have to take off the other side, okay? Should be able to just do this. If not, then I'll take off the other side. It's no problem. Come on up. Here you go. This is off for a second, and there you go. So you have your belt, your what do you call it? Your geared belt. Okay. So we're gonna have to remove this for a second to slide on the new belt, slide off the old belt, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So let me tilt it again. All right. So we're just gonna take off that geared belt for a second, so I can slide off the old belt. Okay. See, so the geared belt is here. The old belt comes off. All right. And the new belt goes on. I would say this belt is stretched. I would say so. I would say so. It's the way you can gear it up. Would you say? Would you say it's stretched? See that? Yeah, I'd say it's stretched. So this could be the problem, okay? But, we'll test it. We'll see. Okay. All right. You don't have to do it like this with the screwdriver. I'm just trying to get the damn belt over here. Okay. All right. And then you stretch it to go in the shaft. Nice and stiff. All right. And I'm going to slide on the old belt. Let me turn it upside down now on this belly again so I can see better. So I'm going to put this belt back on the gear. There you go. Back on the gear. All right. Turn it a little bit. Sometimes you can do that. And then put this down. And then put this back in. Look at that. And then put your screw back in. All right. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. So this is a good move. I mean, I don't know how well this is gonna work, how well it works. I'm not gonna tell anybody that this heat wave technology is like foolproof, but you should be able to tell that it doesn't have a heater up top here. Number one, without the heater button, but number two, is really just taking the hot air, which is a good use of the hot air anyway. It's taking the hot air that the motor pushes off, and it's just recycling it to heat your tank. So, okay, fine, guys. That's your sales pitch. That's the sales pitch. Yeah, it's like, we're heating the tank. We're heating it with the hot air. I'm like, okay, bet. Oh, man. I just love stuff like that, though. I mean, someone thought about it and sold it to the execs, Someone said, you know what we're going to do? You know what we can do to eliminate the heater? Because it's been such a problem for us. All right? You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to use hot air from the motor, and we're going to heat the tank. What do you think? Someone said, oh, my God, great idea, dude. Great idea. I don't know if it's that's. I don't know. I'm not laughing at Bissell. I'm laughing at the guy that made the pitch and he got a bonus for it. It's like. I was like, I think my first question would be like, you think it'll be hot enough to heat the water? Hey, they tricked us. They tricked us, dude. I'll be in the room, like, wait, put your hands down. What yes. I don't know, man. I mean, you think it'll be hot enough to heat the water? Like hot air? Like, so what are you doing? You're just. Oh my gosh. And then you said, wait, come on, man. Don't ask that. Don't do that, man. You're blowing my pitch. You blow my pitch, man. I know, but don't we tell them not to heat the tank because the tank's gonna warp? So if it really got hot enough, wouldn't it mess up the tank? If it did work? I mean, wouldn't it mess up the tank? Wouldn't it kind of warp the tank? That's why we tell them don't put hot water in the tank. Look, man, it looks better. I mean, we got that thing underneath the motor, and look at that. We even have the little wavy lines. It looks good, man. What do you got a problem with it, bro? I'm like, I know. You think somebody's gonna like? You don't think someone's gonna figure it out and say that this don't make any sense? No, they're just gonna buy it, man. Don't you see we put PET on the same vacuum cleaner, and we just put PET on it, and we could sell it as a PET vacuum? You're right. You're right. Yeah. You're right. It does. It's gonna work. Holy shit. Oh man, the Bissell rep's gonna call me like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You're not supposed to be making fun of us like that. Oh my god. It's just it's funny. I mean, what do you want me to do? All right, let's try it now. Let's try it one more time before we wrap up, okay? All right. You always want to have enough water in these things, though, because you need a little bit of you need a little bit of pressure. So I'm gonna get some water real quick. Give me a second. Actually, you know what? No, I got water right here. I'm gonna put this water in it. I got water right here from my Kirby tank. Here we go. All right. Let's try it again. Let's see if changing that belt actually solved the problem. All right? Because if it doesn't, there's a blockage somewhere in there that is messing with everything. So let's see. Or the pump itself is just not strong enough anymore. Let's see what we got. Wait, time out. Come on, guys. It's working, yeah, but this thing is not spinning. I think it's in crooked. This is not spinning. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. It's still going non-stop. See that? Non-stop. I just stopped it. And we're going to do it again. Woohoo! Wow. Positive. Here you go. Problem solved. Yes, man. The tricky thing about this, that it started, so I could see someone getting frustrated because it's like it's working. It's like your car starting and you're driving off and it stops, and then you turn it off again and it starts, and it's driving off and it stops, and you're like, well, damn, it's not like my car can't start, and it's not like it can't drive, but while it's driving is when the problem always happens. Let's say, I don't know, let's say 500 feet or whatever, right? And it stops. Now, in my mind, if that happens, I'm thinking that the car is not getting gas. Like the gas starts and then it stops, like it stopped. You know, that's what I would think. Hey, Duke, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Duke says, great job, and he gave us a little gift, man. I appreciate that, Duke. Or the alternator, or back. Okay, yeah, it could, yeah. It could be that too. It could be that too. But if it's the battery, it probably won't start, right? Right? Because you need that battery power to hit to crank the starter. Where's the ICT guy? But and obviously it looks like B Go. Is that B Go? You're gonna have to let me know. Is that B Go? Am I saying it right? I don't want to mess up your name. Rudy, the pump is working, buddy. This Bigo, right? 08810. 810. Bigo 810. Because I think Brienne's name in the beginning. I saw it. I was like, I don't know how my brain does not register the name. But Duke City Fishing, thank you again. Rudy, man, thanks for coming. Hey, Rudy, you've been here for a minute, bro. I appreciate you coming back. Bigo, let me see. Dimming lights, alternator still holds the battery charge. Yeah. I'm you know what? I'm not even gonna act as if I know enough about cars. B. Okay, so it's B. Okay, great. I can just call you B, man. B it is. All right, B. I'll call you B. Right, guys. I'm gonna have to get out of here. I'm gonna have to get rocking and rolling. I think my customers are gonna start coming in. All right, guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out. Listen, same bat time, same bat channel. Tomorrow I'll be here. Okay. But yeah, I tell you something. I tell guys how much I respect mechanics and construction people. You know, AC guys, plumbers, all those guys. Oh, you know what? Tradespeople in general. I have a whole lot of. I love financial guys, the guys who can do analytic stuff like that. But I have a tremendous respect for the guys that can get their hands, and girls that can get their hands on a problem and actually fix it. Because a lot of other problems, of course, are more cerebral. You know, you're predicting markets, you're predicting stuff, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. You know, doctors that can go in and fix someone's heart, put a stencil up in there, and a valve, and open it. I mean, damn, all that stuff is great. And so we definitely have to encourage people to do that. To get into solving problems, even around the house, fixing a sink or something. We don't have to, I mean, there's stuff like that. That's what I'm about. And for the people that come and hang out here, man, that's I appreciate the love, man. All right. Yes, B. I appreciate. I hope you come back. Okay. I hope you come back. I'd love to see you again. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys. Stay positive. All right, let me get my outro. My outro music. Get the music to get out of here. My music. Where's my music? What can I have? Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at my head. I just saw my head from the top. I've never seen my head from the top before. Holy cow. Sorry, whoever I put through that one. Oh man, that's something. All right. I'm on my way out. Peace. See you later, Brianne. Thanks again. All right, guys.